Good morning. Welcome. Andy here on pathhealingarts.com. And we're going to do some Kung Fu fitness training today and just a little bit more vigorous workout. But you can always take it in the way that's right for you. So always listen to you, your own highest authority, and always take it in the measure and the degree and the range that's right for you. So you might do fewer repetitions or modify and not go quite as wide or deep and those kinds of things. So I've talked about that quite a bit. There's more tips on that in an article on my website, and you can always watch replays and former previous videos. So let us begin. Okay. Just grab your spot. Just make sure you have enough room around you. We won't move too far in any direction, but just make sure you've got enough space, about the size of 2 yoga mats or so should be enough. And let's begin. Adjusting breath, exhale, squeeze it out. Breathe into the belly, lift. Squeeze it from the chest down into the belly. Release the breath. Gather. Feel the fullness and let it go. As if the hands were lifting the breath into the body from the belly up. As if the hands were pressing the breath out from the chest down into the belly. And then just take a moment of stillness. So even though our main focus is on movement, we'll also bookend or take moments of stillness and just get tuned in to this body, how I'm feeling, what's right for me at this time. I honor my own inner guidance above what external influences might suggest is right for me. I am here, and they are here with me. I am here in this place, in this body, in this heart, with this mind, in this awareness. I am here in this moment as I am now. I am ready. I am here with this intention. And in this process and journey, every day in every way, we are growing healthier, stronger, better, and wiser. Exhale, pumping the body, the breath, the blood, gather, and release. Universal sound of relief, the ah sound. Don't have to speak the language to understand people's emotions. Hear it in their breath, the sounds, expressions, their deep breath. Gather and release. Chi up. Activating the hands. Always take it, any of this in the range that's right for you, to do or not do. You might only rub for a few moments. You might continue to rub. You might slow it down. Like you're flicking water off your fingers, shaking it out. Like you see animals, dogs shaking it off. Shake it off, shake a leg, step in place. Clasping the hands behind the back, one into the other. And lifting one heel at a time. I'm going to start on one leg and work into my leg and just feel around in there. I'm listening for feedback in my body. We're not into the no pain, no gain, although in Kung Fu and other types of fitness, you might do things that in some way cause injury to the body and in order to strengthen it further. But we want to be little by little by little, and we don't want too much pain or strain. So there's the sweet pain of working through something and getting stronger. And then there's the ouch, I need to stop right now. It's not right for me today. At this moment in this body, I need to do a little more work before I'm ready for that kind of thing. So now we begin to pump back and forth, continue to pumping The body, the breath, the blood, the energy. I like to think often in terms of physics and chemistry, and then this idea that there's, well, and there is energy in the body, bioenergy, chemical energy, physics, gravity. There's all kinds of things at play. And our intention is to increase our health, our mobility, our range of movement, and it's little by little. Not too hard, not too fast, not too soon. I don't want to end up injuring myself and having to take steps back. And slow it down and release, shake it out. Shake a leg. Trunk twisting. My hips are about hip to shoulder width apart, not too wide, not too narrow. Comfortable, natural stance so I could sit into my body. I can just let my body sit right in. And relax the arms. Trunk twisting. Start light and easy. See how your spine and your body responds. I'm letting my hip rotate and I'm pushing off from one foot to the other. I'm allowing that push to create a spiral, a rotation of my body. If I exaggerate it and I push myself from side to side, then you can see that I'm leaning. But instead of leaning, I'm going to let that translate all the way out to my head, all the way out to my arms. Shoulders are relaxed. If I tighten up, I create resistance, I slow down, I exert more effort than needed. Stay nice and relaxed and soft and supple. And then at the right moment, tensing it up just briefly. If I'm, hitting something or working or lifting, and there's times where I need to exert more muscular force, but I want to let my body be open. Breath in the belly. If you've ever done any kind of sparring and anything like that, you know that one of the first things to go is your breath. So we want to have stamina and endurance, and we get that through our breathing, breath in the belly. And it's the same breath, mind, body that's at play with yoga and meditation and Tai Chi and Qigong. And we're going to bring it right into here with our Kung Fu. And let it go and relax. Shake a leg. And once again, seated in a natural stance, light bend in the knees. Just open up the joints as I begin to open and close the hands. Only as fast as you can do it correctly. All the way open, all the way closed. And with making a fist, we're going to wrap the thumb around last. So I want to have this sense of like my fingers shooting out and then pulling back into a tight fist. And if you have to do it really slow, do it really slow. Breath in the belly. If you can speed it up, speed it up. And if you have arthritis or things going on in soft tissues and joint pain, that kind of thing, then go ahead and take it really slow and let yourself develop. And over time, it should have a positive influence on your condition. Palms facing the sky. You might have to rest your arms. You might have to do it a little differently. You might have to take a pause. Breath in the belly. Palms down. Arms out, palms forward, open and closing the hands, even if I have to slow that down. I don't want to end up milking the cow, right? Not quite getting it. All the way open, all the way closed. Breath in the belly. Palms down. Palms up. Let me know when you start to feel it. All right. Spirit over energy, energy over the body. Mind as the influencer. Focused mind is a strong influencer on what's going to happen and how it happens. Arms up, palms in, breath in the belly. You might have to slow it down. You might not get your arms all the way up there. That's okay. Palms forward. Breath in the belly. Here comes the sweet one. Get ready for it. Palms back. Breath in the belly. All the way open, all the way close, even if you have to really slow it down. And arms back, palms facing each other. A nice firm kung fu grip for chin na, or for grappling, for holding things, being able to go fluidly from a closed fist to an open palm. And other hand postures, palms back, breath in the belly. And let it go. Reach your fingers to the earth. Rest your arms to the sides. And adjusting breath, exhale. Breathe from the belly up. Release from the chest down. As if your hands could reach your feet. Breathe from the feet up to the head. From the head down into the feet. As if you could scoop into the earth. Your gravity, your connection to the earth, all the way up to the sky. As if you could reach to the heavens, the cosmos, and call the sky down through the body, meeting the earth, and shake it out. Go ahead and rub your forearms a little bit, and your wrists. All right, we're still being pretty light and gentle as far as things could be. This stuff can get pretty intensive, so we're still just starting out, warming back up. So just take a moment to feel around in there, move the hips, roll the shoulders. Okay, how's my body doing so far? Have I even hit the point where I've had enough? If I'm building back up my strength and my mobility, then I might need to just take it easy, right? Little by little by little, right? And here we go. Settle onto your feet, right in between your legs. Knees are slightly bent, and then like you're walking down the street but without stepping, right? We're going to let that natural motion take place. I'm letting my knees bend and my hips move. And as my hips move, the corresponding shoulder moves. My arms are relaxed and they just begin to swing. And you might keep it light and easy and right down there. And if you really go for it, then you'll have to let your forward palm turn up to the sky, an external rotation in the shoulder joint, and the hand that goes behind you will go palm down, internal rotation in the shoulder joint. Or you might have to go diagonal sideways. Right? So you might not go quite all the way up. And I'm letting my body and gravity twist and drop and twist and drop, and letting that momentum carry itself. I'm not efforting, I'm relaxing and moving. And then relax. So once I stop pumping and twisting, the energy continues to resolve itself through my arms. Shake it out, shake a leg. Hands at the sides. Turn to one direction, let one hand float up in front of you, the other hand floats up behind you. My feet are hip width apart. And then I twist to the center, palms facing one another. I twist to the side, let one hand come down in the front, the other hand comes down behind. And then as my hands come down, I twist to the center, my hands beside my thighs. When I twist to the other side, arms float up together. Twist center, arms float down together. Because I'm not moving fast, I'm actually having to use more muscle, but that's okay. This level of coordination can take a little bit to get a hold of. For some of you, this is a walk in the park, and for some of you, this is going to be challenging. And come to the center and reverse. Twist to the other side, arms floating up together, one in front, one behind. Rotate center, palms facing each other, rotate to the side, one comes down, both go down, one in front, one behind. Twist center, twist and lift together. Twist center, twist to the side, down together. twist, and lift. And only as fast as you can do correctly. So now I'm using the twisting in my body to move my arms and shake it out. We'll come back to that one. Okay. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Open up, toes out, breath in. Going into a wider stance, heels out, breath out. If that's wide enough for you, stay there. If you feel like you can go a little wider, but not too wide, open up. I call this a horse stance. I'm sitting right in the middle, feet out to the side, and crane stretches. Lift up from the sides, match the palms, and if you can't reach up, reach out. So if you have limited range of movement, just make the adjustment. Don't cause yourself pain. Now be mindful of your spine and your balance. We're going to arc back only as far as you can. Breath in the belly. And then let the butt drop, squat and sit. Let the head and hands come upright, reach up. And then rotating in the hips and bending at the waist. You might not reach the ground, so you could support yourself above the knees on the thighs or somewhere on your body. Higher and lighter and more narrow stances are easier. Stretch, breathe. Things open up. And squat. Walk the hands up to the thighs. If they're not there already, use your arms, not your back, to press yourself up. And we're going to reach across and under. And then shift the weight. Toe turns in, toe turns out. I'm in a lunging bow and arrow, but my knee is not going past my big toe. If I feel like I could stretch further, I'd step further. And then I'm going to open up. So whatever leg is in front, that arm is out in front, palm up. Whatever leg is in back, that side shoulder, arm is back, palm down. Crane spreads its wings. And I'm going to reach across. Protect my face and neck. Chamber my hand and then open up. Reach across, block, open up. And I could have fists or other postures for my hands, but for now, just nice open palm. I'm connecting into my belly, into my core. Feel stretch on the top of the inner thigh and hip. Cross and open up. Now I'm going to sit back and let my heel come in. So my toes turned out a little bit. Both toes are turned out a little bit, and I'm going to sit back. I'm going to reach over and now cross and push forward and let my toe turn in. Sit back, forward hand comes over, protects the face, other hand comes under, and I sit back and open up. So I'm evading and coming back in. And I let my feet and hips and groin and legs adjust naturally. So I'm letting my body create a fluid movement and allowing this translation of the power that's building in my back leg to move all the way through my body out to my hand. And then I evade, I sit back. And then as I move in, I protect my face and boom. Back and forward. We could be coordinating our breath with this. And now sit back. So both toes are turned out a little bit. My knees are pointing towards my toes. And only go down as far as you can. So that might be where you stay. Only go down as far as you can. Cross the arms and push forward. Change direction. One hand goes over, one hand comes under, toe turns in, toe turns out. So I just turned on my heels. The same turn could happen on the balls of the feet instead. It's a slightly different maneuver, different reasons why we do one or the other. My front knee is bent, my knee is point towards my big toe. I haven't gotten past my big toe. Whatever leg is in front, the palm is up. Whatever leg is behind, palm is down. And then cross the arms and open up. And we're going to get, eventually we'll get more into the hips and the core for that movement. And the idea is that the more I move from my center, even though my arms are doing and moving quite a bit, that's all connected through my whole body, from my feet all the way out to my hands. And I'm connecting through my core. Block and strike. And the arms are moving parallel. So if I had a couple sticks in my hands, a couple knives or swords, then they wouldn't cross paths. They wouldn't intersect. All right, so there. Now my forward hand's going to come towards my face and clear anything that's coming at me. And I'm going to sit back, and I can either turn my toe out or bring my heel in, depending on how long my stance is. My knees are pointed towards my toes. And then I'm going to clear and sit back. So I'm going to evade, cross the arm, and push forward. Toe turns in. Come over the top and under. Sit back, evade. Cross the arms, thrust forward. Sit back, evade. Strengthening my back leg. I'm opening up the flexibility in my front leg. I'm going to take all that power from the back foot and either turn my toe in on the heel or let my heel slide back and let that translate through my body. Coming back, pressing forward, coming back, pressing forward. My whole body is moving together. Even if I isolate one part of my body, I want that to feel connected through my whole system. Now, sit back, adjust the feet, sit back and down, only as far as you can. Cross the arms and lunge forward and center. We're on that horse, we're in the horse stance. Elbows come down, protect our sides. Arms swing down, protect the lower body and upper leg. Wind up the hands, elbows in. We'll do medium, small, and large circles. So a big circle, medium circle, and small circle. So we're going medium circle, pressing the palms. Match at the back of the hands, fingertips point down towards the belly, come up the chest, point towards the head, open up, palms open. Roll the fingertips into the palms, thumbs come over last, and moving into the lower chamber, lower, middle, and upper chambers. Basic ways to structure the body and to coordinate for power and movement. So I'm on that horse. Arms out, outside whip of the knees. I'm going to evade, I'm going to move off to the side, come in. As if there's a little wall there, I'm going to step over the wall and to the other side. Come in, this is an outside whip, so I'm coming from inside, moving away from my center. Come in, using the leg to block. Typically, we wouldn't be facing somebody in a horse stance. Horse stance, we would be dealing with somebody to the side, occasionally dropping down into the front, but we wouldn't face off with somebody like that. We're very exposed. Right? But this is just another way to condition and to practice. So I come across, pull myself in, up and over, stepping down. In, up and over, stepping down. Ready, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Faster. 1, unless you have to go slow. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 20, and settle. Inhale. Exhale. feel into the body. There's a light bend in the knees. I'm in a high horse versus a low horse where my thighs are parallel to the ground. So anywhere in between, but I'm going to keep it high, but not lock up and straighten the legs. If you're riding on a horse and you locked your legs, that would be pretty uncomfortable, right? Jarring. So I want a shock absorber, taking pressure off my spine. One of my favorite working in the kitchen or workshop counter kind of postures is now I'm not leaning and working and getting strain in my body. I'm sitting in my body. Even a natural stance, I would do that for standing and working. So here you are, feet parallel, a little bend in the knees. One more set, crane stretches. There's all kinds of variations in this exercise. We're just going to go ahead and now go through a simple set, the basic. Exhale, inhale, reach up. Exhale, arc back. Relax the breath. And sit. Head and torso upright, elbows come forward. Reach up. And bend. Rotating the hips. You might keep it high and light. You might be somewhere up here where just let your arms hang. If you can reach all the way to the ground, wonderful. Invite your thigh muscles to relax. Your hips to open. Breath in the belly. You might feel like breathing and stretching if you know how to do that, using Qigong or yoga or fitness training that you already have. And then sit, walk the hands up to the thighs, press yourself upright, go into the other side. I'm going to protect my face, chamber, and these arms could be doing a million other things. This is just one way to train, and training is different than actual application in the real world, right? So this is just a way to teach the body coordination, balance, strength, connectivity. Breath in the belly. I'm in my forward lunge. My back toes turned in, right? If I keep my foot pointed forward as I press in, now I'm on the side of my hip, knee, and ankle joint. My body doesn't move that way. I need my toe turned in so I could actually go into a lunge if I wanted to. Got a lot more power in my body. But as I push back and sit back, I'm gonna let my toe turn out, open up my hips, and whatever I evaded, I'm also might duck underneath. Low bow drawing stance, lying leg stance. And then cross the arms and push off from that back leg. Change direction. Or push off the front leg. Chamber and cover. Toe turns in. Toe turns out. Again, right now I'm moving on my heels to turn. I could also turn on the balls of my feet instead. And I open up. I'm in that lunging bow. Knees pointed towards my front toe. My back toe is turned in far enough that I could bend the knee. Breath in the belly. Cross the arms, and as I sit back, I'm either going to bring my heel in or let my toe slide back. That might be where you're at. Keeping it high and light and easy. Might be able to press deeper down. Cross the arms and thrust, pushing off that back leg. Bring it to the center, feet parallel, light bend in the knees. I'm going to press my body down, protect my sides, protect the lower body, wind up the hands, palm block, protecting the chest, belly and groin. Match at the back of the hands, using this medium-sized circle and letting that hand come down as a secondary block or strike. Make a fist, pull to the lower chamber, light bend in the knees, high horse, arms out, inside whip. So now I'm going to come from the outside and move in. So I'm going to evade and deflect and block by bringing my knee across and then back out, as if my legs were on two sides of a wall and I want to get both feet on the same side. So now I'm going to come up, over, then down, and whip across. Let that knee protect me. Maybe my arms are occupied or my leg can get to it faster. This will eventually be the similar movement for knee strikes. Right now we're using the whipping knee to cover and block. Something's coming at my chest, my groin. Get it out of the way. Inside whip. I come up, across, down, then out. Up, across, down, then back out. Ready? And 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll slow it down for you. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You can continue slow or speed it up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 20, and shake it out. Take a natural stance. Just relax for a moment. Breathe. Gather your breath in the belly. It can be helpful to regain control of your breath by using cleansing breath. Let's cleanse, exhale, gather, release. Big controlled breath. 2, and 3. Take a moment to relax. Balancing activity with internal awareness, stillness. Moment to feel the body. Have I had enough already? Do I have the strength and energy to continue? Do I continue at full power, or do I need to ease back and keep it light and easy? Few repetitions. Maybe I just want to watch, observe, and absorb that way for a moment. And shake it out. Shake a leg. Step in place. This is an opening move from our 7 circles fighting form, another technique for development, learning techniques, learning how to judge range and targets and things like that. There's all kinds of things happening within the context of that. And we're going to take one bite, one piece, and put it together. So I'm going to give you a side view to start. And we're going to bend the knees. I'm going to let one toe turn to a diagonal. So I'm actually what we call opening the door. I'm going to let one toe adjust. I'll go ahead and do it straight on with you. That might be easier. I'm going to move back a little bit. My knees are bent. I let one toe turn out, and then I'm going to seat myself onto that foot and balance out on my toe. Call it a light leg stance or a cat stance. And then I'm going to step out onto the balance beam. My ankles, my heels are in the same straight line, just like our warm-up with crane stretches, but now I'm going to push off that back leg and all the way to the forward hand. Lunging tiger. I'm going to take all that from the back and send it out to my fist. Then sit back. Take the weight off the front leg, pull myself in, light legs to balance, and then my feet come together and close. I sink. I open the door, toe adjust to a diagonal because that's going to be my strongest back foot position. If I turn it too far, if my feet are at a right angle and I try to push forward, now I'm on the side of my hip and I don't have any power to support me. I could injure myself, my joints, someone kicks me on the back leg and I'm in trouble. But if my toes turned in already and someone attacks my back leg, I could take that. Right. And we're going to come back. It's building up the technique. Sit, open. Then I seat myself to that leg. Light leg stance, I could pick up that toe to balance, could kick. All kinds of things could happen here. Right, but I'm just seated. My hands chamber, fists at my hips. And then I'm going to step forward. And as I push onto that forward knee, bend the forward knee, I'm going to extend my forward arm and fist. And then I'm going to sit back. Pull myself in, light leg stance, feet together, and close. So obviously in real life circumstances, knock on wood that you're not getting fights, but if you had to defend yourself or just maneuver in an environment, stuff's going on. What we do in training will be vastly different most times than what would actually happen. It might not look like this at all, but some amount of this information that we're teaching our body might come into play if I'm working, if I'm doing this or that. My body function and mobility will start to line up stronger, better. Sink the weight. Now I'm going to open the door on the other side. My toe turns to a diagonal. I sit myself onto that leg, point the front toe. I could test my balance by lifting my toe. My hands are chambered, and I'm going to press down, step out only as far as I can. I reach with my heel, and then push off that back leg and thrust my fist forward. Let my whole body drive the hand. Lunging, tiger. And then I'm going to sit back, pull myself in, light leg cat stance, then heels come together, plant my foot, close the door. And again, sit, turn, just to a comfortable diagonal. Then I can easily balance on that leg. Good strong back foot. Point the front toe, chamber the fists, step with the heel, and then push off that back leg and feel it translate all the way into my front leg, through my hips, all the way out to my hands, and I'm punching forward and back. Sit back, balance, together, and close. Once again, sit, open, light leg, step, lunge, front toes pointed straight ahead. And it's a very, we're not going to hang out there for long. So if we were applying this technique in sparring or whatnot, we wouldn't be planning to hang out there. There's not a lot of support. I could get pulled, get knocked off balance, but there's a lot of power all the way out to that fist. So if I'm successful, great. If not, I need to be ready to move and do something else, or advance. So again, the fighting forms and drilling specific techniques are just the way to do the training to get you coordinated. So then when stuff's really happening or you're working or life's happening, then you're able to naturally, instinctively use the information that you've collected in your body, mind, energy, and then apply it in the right way, in the right circumstance, in harmony, in balance. In our system, we always seek to do no harm. So our intention is to preserve ourselves and others, and only when need be, and at the least amount of injury, do no harm. And sink the weight. We're going to go to the other side again. Toe turns, light leg, chamber the fists. And now we're going to go forward, and we're going to come back. We're going to sit to light leg stance and block. Chamber, I'm going to stay right here, give you a side view. I'm going to lunge out, punch, and then I'm going to pull myself back. I'm evade, and I might do a low block. There's all kinds of things I could do. I'm going to chamber, lunge, and punch. Bring myself back. I could be in guard. I could be doing other kinds of things. We're just drilling and moving. I advance and punch. My knee hasn't gone past my big toe. I only go as far as I can. I can really get out there, right? But it's going to be hard for me to get back up. So if somebody pulls on my hand or tries to push me, I'm not really going to be able to do much about it. So I only want to step as far forward as I can easily pull myself back in. So I push off that back leg, in and out. I'm going to go in and out. And bring it in. Going to the other side. I sit, I lower my center of gravity, I open, I create a stronger foundation, balancing stance, chamber the fists, and I step out only as far as I can control my body comfortably, and then I let my hips rotate and forward leg bend, and I punch. I'll give you a side view. Again, my back foot's turned in enough that I can go into a lunge or a press. I'm not on the side of my hip, right? Not so long that it's hard for me to control my movement. And then I sit back and I could block or do other things from here. Push off that back leg, plant the heel, and I translate everything through my body all the way out to my fist, punching forward and back. And come back. Chamber the fist, lunge. Bring it back, in and out. Advance and retreat. Move in, close the gap, get back out. Move in, back out. So I'm sitting onto that back leg, toes pointed. I could do all kinds of other things from here. Lunging tiger. 7 circles, fighting form, part 1. Tiger lunges, dragon emerges from the sea. So focusing on tiger and dragon as a combination styles of movement and fighting and self-defense to balance the strength of one against the weakness of the other. All right, so I'm moving in and out, in and out, and close. Shake it out, shake a leg. All right. Next week I'll be doing this live on Facebook, Andrew Barkworth. You can find me there. I'll also post it to my On Path Facebook page. And I continue to add material to our YouTube channel. Do that fairly often. And sometimes there's a pause, but there's a lot of material there that you can work with. And just like anything else, the more you repeat, the more it integrates, more it becomes you. So the more you do it, the more it becomes natural and connects faster. So check it out. You find my class times and registration on onpathhealingarts.com under online classes, Zoom classes, weekly Kung Fu on Thursdays, currently 8 a.m. Arizona time, movement-based meditation and exercise through Qigong and Tai Chi, 8 a.m. on Tuesdays. If this was a little bit much for you, or you want to have a balance, more and more sports science and medicine is looking at, well, you can't just go high intensity all the time. You have to give the body a chance to recover, to heal, repair, strengthen, create flexibility, and then constantly squeezing and releasing, contracting and expanding. So we always want to have a balance of medium to high intensity exercise through our life, whatever that happens to be, along with stillness, totally quiet, still, calm, and then something in the middle, low intensity, like walking, or depends on how you approach your yoga and Tai Chi and Qigong. That can also be low to medium intensity. It can also be high intensity, depends on how you approach it. So hope you've enjoyed yourself this morning, and if you're catching the replay, let it serve you in the way that you need it. It's my wish that you found something helpful for you, for your life. And one more time, adjusting breath, exhale, breathe, and release. Fill from the belly up to the chest, and the chest down into the belly. Third deep breath. And let it go. Taking a moment of stillness, rest, Just as I prepare myself for each of my activities and what I'm about throughout the day, I take a moment to transition, to gather what I've learned today, what I've experienced, allow it to integrate into my mind body in the way that I need it, that suits me best. I let go of what is not mine, what's not for me at this time. I let it go, no big deal. Whatever's stuck to me at this time is what's for me. I honor the long journey, little by little. Each of my choices along the way help to create my path, support my health and my life. All right, thanks for coming out. Namaste. She.